I'm Mrs. Visalaj, working as a social teacher in Trinity Matriculation High Secondary School, Namakkal. Now we are going to see 6th standard History Unit 3, The Age of Empire, Gupta and Vartamanas. By the end of the 3rd century, the powerful empire established by the Kushanas in the north and Santavahanas in the south had lost the greatness and strength. After the decline of Kushanas and Santavahanas, Chandragupta carved out the kingdom and established his dynasty ruler, which lasted for about 200 years. After the downfall of the Gupta and thereafter an interregnum of nearly 50 years, Harsha of Vartamana dynasty ruled North India from 606 to 647 AD. Now, sources, archaeological sources, gold, silver, and copper coins issued by Gupta rulers. Allahabad pillar inscription of Samudragupta, the Mahorli iron pillar inscription, Udaygiri cave inscription, Mathura stone inscription, and Sanchi stone inscription of Chandragupta II. Pragati pillar inscription of Sakantagupta, the Gautama stone inscription. Badbala copper plates inscription, Sonpat copper plate, Nalanda inscription on clay scale. Literary sources, Vishnu, Matsya, Vayuha and Bhagavata Puranas and Nitasastra of Nalanda. Vishakadatta, Devachandragupta and Mitra Sakshas and Pana Harshachitra, Dharmas of Kalidasa, according of Chinese Buddhist monk Fahian, who visited India during the region of Chandragupta II. Harshas, Ratavasvali, Nahalanda, Priyadarshika, Huangswangs, Shi Ang He. Foundation of the Gupta dynasty. Sri Gupta is considered to be the founder of Gupta dynasty. He is believed to have resigned over part of the present day Bengal and Bihar. He was the first Gupta ruler to be featured on coins. He was succeeded by his son Gatakocha. Both are mentioned as Maharajas in inscriptions. Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I married Kumaradevi of the family and a powerful Lichavi family. Having gained the support of this family, Chandragupta could eliminate various small states in northern India and crown himself the monarch of a large kingdom. The gold coins attributed of Chandragupta bear the images of Chandragupta, Kumaradevi and the legend Linguchavyas. Next one, Samudragupta. Samudragupta, son of Chandragupta I, was the greatest ruler of dynasty. The play god Prachistya, composed by Samudragupta's court poet Harisena, was engraved on Allahabad pillar. This Allahabad pillar inscription is the main sources of information for Samudragupta region. The next one is consolidation of Gupta dynasty. Samudragupta was a great general, and when he became emperor, he carried on the vigorous campaign all over the country and even in the south. In the southern Pallava kingdom, the king who was defeated by Samudragupta was Vishnu Gopala. Samudragupta conquered 9 kingdoms in northern India. He reduced 12 rulers of the southern India to the status of feudatories and forced them to pay tribute. He received homage from the rulers of East Bengal, Assam, Nepal, the eastern part of Punjab, and various tributes of Rajasthan. Now, Chandragupta II. Chandragupta too was the son of Samudragupta. He was also known as a Vikramaditya. He conquered western Malwa and Gujarat by defeating the Saka ruler. He maintained friendly relationship with the rulers of southern India. The Iron Pillar near Kuduppinar is believed to have been built by Vikramaditya. Fahian, a Buddhist scholar from China, visited India during his region. Vikramaditya is said to have assembled the greatest writers and artists in his court. Kalidasa is said to be one among them. The divine theory of kingship, that king is a representative of God on earth, and so he is answerable only to God and not to anyone else, was practiced by the Gupta rulers. The Gupta kings widely enormous power in political, administrative, military, and judicial shades. A large number of officials were employed by the Gupta rulers to carry on the day-to-day administration of the country. Society and economy, land and peasants. Niksha, author by the Kamal Duck, emphasized the importance of the royal treasury and mentioned various sources of revenue. The military cabinet of king like Samudragupta were financed thought revenue surplus. Land tax was the main revenue to the government. The condition of the peasants were pathetic. They were required to pay various taxes. They were reduced to the peasants of the surface. Trade and commerce. This is the map of empires of Guptas. The emperors of the Gupta map is given. Now come to the trade and commerce. The contribution of the traders for the development of Gupta Empire was very impressive. There were two types of traders, namely Sartras and Sadavahana. The trade items ranged from daily produce to valuable and luxurious goods. The important trade goods were pepper, gold, copper, iron, horses, and elephants. Leading money at a high rate of interest was in practice during Gupta period. The Guptas developed roadways connecting different parts of the country: Padalibudra, Ujjain, Banaras, Mathura were the famous trade centers. Port in the western and eastern coast of Indian facilitate trade. Mining and metallurgy were the most flourishing industries during the Gupta period. The most important evidence of development in metallurgy was the Maharli iron pillar installed by the king Chandragupta in Delhi. This monolithical iron pillar has lasted through the centuries without rusting. Society. The society that had held to four Varna system was practical. According to the law of Manu, which was the force women should be under the protection of their father, husband, or elder son. Polygamy was widely prevented. The kings and then federatory lords often had more than one wife. Inscriptions refers to the Kurbarnaga and Dubasami as the queen of Chandragupta II. Sati was practiced during the Gupta rule. Slavery was not institutionalized in India as in the West, but there are references to the extents of various categories of slaves during the Gupta age. Religion. There was a revival of Vedic religion and Vedic rites. Samudragupta and Kumaragupta I performed Ashwamedha Yagna. We notice the beginning of image worship and emergence of two sects, namely Vaishnavism and Saivism during the Gupta period. Buddhism also continued to flourish, thought it split into two sects, namely Hinayana and Mahayana. Art and architecture. The Guptas were the first to construct temples which evolved from the earliest traditions of rock-cut shine, adorned with the towers and elaborate carving. Thus, temples were decorated to all Indian delights. The most notable rock-cut caves are found at Ajanta and Ellora, Bakht and Ujjain. The structured temple built during this period resembled the characteristic features of the Dravidian system. The two remarkable examples of Gupta metal sculptures are a copper image of Gupta about 18 feet height at Nalanda and Satyangrej Gupta 7.5 feet in height. The most important example of the Gupta paintings are found on the Francisco of Ajanta caves and the Bhakta cave in Gwalior. Literature. Though the language spoken by the people was Prakrit, Gupta made Sanskrit the official language and all their epigraphical records are in Sanskrit. The Gupta period also saw the development of Sanskrit grammar based on the grammar of Panini and Patanjali, who wrote Ashtadhya and Mahabhashya representatively. Mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. Invention of zero and the consequent evolution of the decimal system were the legends of Gupta to the modern world. Aryabhatta, Vartamitra, and the Brahmagupta were foremost astronomers and mathematicians of the time. Aryabhatta, in his book Surya Siddhartha, explained the true causes of solar and lunar epochs. He was the first Indian astronomer to declare that the earth revolved around its own axis. Dhanvantri was the famous scholar in the field of medicine. He was a specialized of Ayurveda. Charaka was the medicine scientist. Susitara was the first Indian to explain the process of surgery. Vardhana dynasty. The founder of the Vardhana or the Pushyamitra ruled from the Taneswar. Prushabhatit served as a military general under the Guptas and rose to power after the fall of the Guptas. With the accession of the Prabhakaravartana and Prushabhitra, family became strong and powerful. Rajavartana, the eldest son of Prabhakaravartana, ascended the throne after his father's death. Rajavartana's sister, Rajashri's husband, Raja of Kanuj, was killed by the Gupta ruler Saska of Bengal, and Saskana also impressed Rajashri. Rajavartana, in the process of retrieving his sister, was treacherously killed by Saskana. This resulted in his younger brother Harshavartana become the king of Taneswar. This is the map of the Harshavartana's empire. The notable of Kanuj kingdom also invited Harsha to take its crown after becoming the ruler of the both Taneswar and Kanuj. Harsha shifted his capital from Taneswar to Kanuj. Conquest of Harshavartana. The most popular king of the Varta dynasty was Harshavardhana. Harsha ruled for 41 years. His federates including thrown the Jalatar, Kashmir, Nepal and Vadabi. Saska of King Bengal remained hoisting to him. It was Harsha who unfilled most of the northern India, but extended of his authority in the south was checked by Chalukya king Pulikesi II. The kingdom of Harsha designated rapidly into a small states after his death in 648 AD. He maintained the cordial relationship with the rulers of Iran and China. Administration. The emperor was asserted by a council of ministers. The prime minister occupied the most important position in the council of ministers. Bahara, Haryana and Bali were the three kings of tax collecting during Harsha's region. And criminal law was more served than that of the king age, Gupta age. Life imprisonment was the punishment for the violation of the laws and for against the king. Perfect law and order prevailed throughout the empire. Harsha paid a great attention to the discipline and strength of his army. Harsha built charitable institutions for the stay of the travelers and to care for the sick and poor. Religious policy. Harsha was the worshipper of Shiva in the beginning, but he embraced Buddhism under the influence of the sister Rajashri and Buddhist monk and travelers Huanswang. He believed to Mahayana school of thought. Harsha treated Vedic scholars and the Buddhist monks alike and distributed charities equally to them. He was the last Buddhist sovereign in India. As a pioneer of Buddhist, Harsha stopped the killing of animals for food. He was noted for his policy of religious tolerance and used to worship the images of Buddha, Shiva, and Sun. Similarly, he summoned two Buddhist assemblies, one at Kanuj and other at Payagad. Art and architecture. Harsha himself, the poet and dramatist, gathered around his best of the poets and artists. Harsha's popular work were Radhanali and Nahananda and Priyadarshika. His royal court was adorned by the Bhagat, Mauryan, Hardata, and Jaisli temples and then monasteries functioning as a centers of learning. Kanauj became the famous city. Harsha contributed a large number of viharas, monasteries, and stupas on the bank of river Ganga. The Nalanda University, the University of Manchester combined, was said to have 10,000 students and monks in the residence when Huangshuang visited the university. Chandragupta I was the contemporary of Constantine the Great, the Roman emperor who founded the Constantinople. Harsha's time consequence with the early days of Tang dynasty of China. The capital was the great center of art and learning. So now in this lesson we saw that Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Chandragupta I, Samudragupta and Chandragupta II were the great kings of Gupta dynasty. Vishnugupta was the last recognized king of Gupta Empire. Minings and metallurgy were the most flourished industries during the Gupta period. There were rivalry of Vedic religious and Vedic rituals. Gupta were the first and conquest temple which revolved from the earliest. In this lesson we discuss Sri Gupta was the founder of Gupta dynasty. Chandragupta I, Samudragupta and Chandragupta II were the great kings of Gupta dynasty. Vishnugupta was the last recognized king of Gupta Empire. Divine right theory of kingdom was practiced by the Gupta ruler. Mining and metallurgy were the most flourishing industries during the Gupta period. The Guptas were the first to construction temple which evolved from the earliest traditions of the rocket science. Aryabhatta and Vaghamitra and Brahmagupta were the foremost astronomers and mathematicians of the time. Harsha was the great artist and dramatist and contributed to the development of literature and art. Huangshuang visited Nalanda and wrote his useful travel accounts. Harsha taught the strong follower of Buddhism, also promoted the Vedic religion. Thank you.